"Dear Eva, do you really think that my life is perfect?" And Rose sat with Eva on the overstuffed sofa. "There was a time when I was so discouraged, I didn't want to go on." "You?" Eva asked. And Rose nodded. "There were so many things I wished for in my life." As she spoke, a sadness entered her voice that Eva had never heard before. Most of them never happened. It was one heartbreak after another. One day I realized that it would never be the way I had hoped for. That was a depressing day. I was ready to give up and be miserable. "So, what did you do?" "Nothing for a time. I was just angry. I was an absolute monster to be around." Then she laughed a little, but it was not the usual big, room-filling laugh. "It's not fair" was the song I sang over and over in my head. But eventually I discovered something that turned my whole life around. What was it? Faith. And Rose smiled. I discovered faith. And faith led to hope. And faith and hope gave me confidence that one day everything would make sense. That because of the Savior, all the wrongs would be made right. After that, I saw that the path before me wasn't as dreary and dusty as I had thought. I began to notice the bright blues, the verdant greens, and the fiery reds. And I decided I had a choice. I could hang my head and drag my feet on the dusty road of self-pity, or I could have a little faith. Put on a bright dress, slip on my dancing shoes, and skip down the path of life, singing as I went. Now her voice was skipping along like the girl in the painting. And Rose reached over to the end table and pulled her well-worn scriptures onto her lap. I don't think I was clinically depressed. I'm not sure you can talk yourself out of that. But I sure had talked myself into being miserable. Yes, I had some dark days, but all my brooding and worrying wasn't going to change that. It was only making things worse. Faith in the Savior taught me that no matter what happened in the past, my story could have a happy ending. How do you know that? Eva asked. And Rose turned a page in her Bible and said, "It says it right here. God will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." Great Aunt Rose looked at Eva. Her smile was wide as she whispered with a slight quiver in her voice, "Isn't that the most beautiful thing you have ever heard?"